Arsenal won, Brentford won, otra vez, another pucaria, merda performance from Arsenal. I'm sick and tired. Yeah, I'm sick and tired. What was the excuses last time? Oh, don't worry, it's just a blip. Now it's the second blip. Yeah, the first blip against Everton, now the second blip against Brentford. We're supposed to be in a title challenge, and all the concerns and worries that I've had this season, that this squad, yeah, when you look at the bench, it ain't good enough. And when we need a plan B to affect the game, this manager doesn't have it. He doesn't have the tools, and he doesn't have a plan B in terms of tactics to change a game when it's not going the way that we wanted. Against Everton, there was no heart, passion, desire. We can say the exact same thing for this game. Yo tô cansado, caramba. What kind of pucaria happened today? Honestly, drawing against Brentford, we should be slapping these, man. It is not good enough. And once again, Arsenal show as soon as you can break down our plan A, we have no plan B. What was that? What kind of performance was that? And I'm not looking at penalty decisions and referee decisions. We should be getting the job done, caramba. I don't want to hear no pucaria about the referee. It's not the referee's fault. Tô cansado dessa pucaria. It's not good enough. The job that we need to do in January is catching up to us. And it's not just about the players. The players have to hold it today. Once again, not playing for the shirt, but the manager also has to hold it as well. You come up against, you're supposed to be one of Pep's disciples. Pep is always changing the system. Had a striker, then had a false nine, then played without a striker. All of that, always tinkering. That is one of the great things about Pep, whether you love it or not, he's able to manage a game. Yes, it's not going for them this year the way you wanted to, because he's introducing a traditional striker in Haaland. But Arteta, have you not picked that up from this manager? Because I'm not seeing it. Against Newcastle, you had no plan B. We drew that game. The first game against Man United, we lost that game. You had no plan B. Everton, you had no plan B. And now, once again, against Brentford, you have no plan B. It is not good enough. You are supposed to manage the game. What was that? Shocking performance. Martinelli, you dropped an absolute stinker against Everton. And today, this is exactly why I was pissed off when I saw Martinelli starting in this game. This Filo da Puta has been dreadful ever renewing his contract. Even before renewing his contract, he's been dreadful. Now, does he have ability? Yes. But I'm not seeing it, bro. I'm not seeing it. It's all good that you've got the money that you won and everything else like that. What kind of performance was that? The guy was dreadful today, not offering anything. Once again, completely ineffective. His decisions in the final third are not good enough. Eddie Nketiah, what did I say? Against Everton, only had 1 or 2 chances, didn't take them, wasn't clinical enough. Against Man City, 1 or 2 chances because he's not getting a lot of possession because we're losing the midfield battle, which I'm going to get onto in a minute. And the guy just doesn't do what needs to be done. He's just not the same. And you can see the team ain't the same with him in it. Yeah, he had a good little couple of games when he first come in to be in the team instead of Jesus. But now you can see it's not the same. It's not the same level of play. It's not like for like, which is why we should have got a striker in January. You're telling me a more clinical striker in January couldn't help us pick up points against Everton, pick up the points that we dropped now today. I don't know what's going on, Gada, but honestly, I'm sick and tired of it. Saka, for me, man of the match, the only one that looked like he was trying. He got the assist, and he was the only one that looked like he was trying to go forward. And it was the same story against Everton. It's always Saka, the only one looking like he gives a shit in the last couple of games. You're talking Sad, we're supposed to be winning the league this year. You were supposed to be going for the league. I already was disheartened by the January transfer window, and now the performances are matching my disappointment of the January transfer window. Not good enough, not ambitious enough, and obviously today, big up to Brentford. They won all the second balls. They were more physical, and we've been seeing this against Newcastle. Newcastle laid the foundations of how to beat this Arsenal team. If you press us, if you rush our decisions, if you stop us running down the channels, if you stop us having space in behind, you don't play a high back line, and you have 5-man defending at the back, these men can't do anything. And Arteta's sitting there, yeah, like a Spanish tortilla, not doing nothing, just rolling, doing nothing, Filo da Puta. Go out there and give some instructions, bro. Why was Zinchenko playing in this game? He was shocking the last game, he was shocking this game as well. Not good enough. Not good enough. The first chance that Ivan Toney gets, Zinchenko's out of position. And they get the cross through. And Ivan Toney's able to go through onto goal. He's in the box. He's about to receive the ball and he hits it wide. I don't even know how he hit it wide. Today, we should have lost 3 or 4-0 today. If Brentford were more clinical, I'm telling you that Mbuemo and Ivan Toney should have been sourcing today, should have been hat-trick city. Hat-trick City, because this club are moving like bums. These players are doing nothing. They have to also be accountable for their performance. You're a professional footballer. You lot got a lot of chat and a lot of mouth when you want a new contract. Yeah, we're going for the title. The minimum I expect is heart and desire. I didn't see no heart and desire today. Absolutely dreadful today. Absolutely crap today. Eu tô cansado de estar aqui a gastar o meu tempo a ver essa porcaria que vocês nem merecem estar na posição que vocês estão. Não vamos ganhar o campeonato if you keep performing like this. I'm sick and tired of it. These dropping points like this is what's going to cost us the league. And if anyone else is not as upset as me, then bro, you should be supporting a team that's just little man status and is happy to be bums. This is Arsenal Football Club. I'm not I rate Ivan Toney. Why didn't we go and get him in January? This is the type of striker that we needed. Why? And Mbeumo looking sourcing. Jensen, I saw at times Jensen taking over 2 of our players, bro, putting them on their arse, Partey and Odegaard. Oh, meu Deus. Meu Deus. Estamos na crise. Nós estamos na crise agora. Nós estamos na crise. I'm sorry, estamos na crise. This is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. I don't understand what these men were doing. Granit Xhaka, for all the praise that we give Granit Xhaka, what did he do today? What did that guy do today? Because I didn't see nothing from Granit Xhaka today. Absolutely mega performance from Granit Xhaka. Thomas Partey was getting skinned the whole game. Getting skinned, bro. Couldn't hack Ivan Toney, couldn't hack Mbeumo. And these men, yeah, Brentford set up the way I didn't expect them to set up. I predicted that we would win this game. I thought Brentford would play expansive football, that have a high line. And then I saw certain Brentford fans coming online and talking about what they expect Brentford to do against Arsenal. They're saying that their manager has been very flexible and is able to adapt the system depending on who they're playing. No shit, Sherlock. That's the only porcaria that I've been asking from Arteta, being able to be flexible with the way you play football. So they knew they couldn't open up. So they were expecting Brentford manager to make them sit back, allow Arsenal to have possession and hit us on the counter. And it almost got them the win. If they were a little bit more clinical, they should have won this. I'm not looking at no referee decisions. I'm not looking at none of that crap. We deserve to get smoked today. We were shocking. We were shit. Yeah, Thomas Partey did not help. Martin Odegaard, apart from a couple good through balls, this guy holds the ball way too long. Plays too much backwards and sideways, and sometimes he misses the runs that players around him make because he takes too long to release the ball. Not good enough today. Honestly, not good enough. Not good enough. Listen, the Chuckle brothers, yeah, the Dudley boys at the back, Saliba and Gabriel, absolutely shocking today. Yeah, weren't winning headers, weren't marking their man, were playing way too much of a high line, knowing that Mbeumo and Ivan Toney were trying to catch us on the counter. Give yourself a yard of space. Don't press so fast onto them. You already know that Ivan Toney's got some pace, and Mbeumo's got pace, and we're getting beaten by pace. Ben White getting caught out of possession as well. Zinchenko, yes, it's great that you go into the middle and try and give us something in the middle. Sometimes we need you to overlap Martinelli, especially when he's getting doubled up on, and especially when they're playing a line of back 5. We need you to give him an option to break that down, yeah, and move the defenders off of Martinelli. But he always runs in centrally. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Honestly, I don't know what crap I saw today. Honestly, shocking today. Shocking. I was seeing a man like Gabriel getting out-jumped by a small Brentford man on set pieces. We were shocking today on set pieces. What tipo de porcaria que eu tô a ver aqui? After all the sourcing football I've been saying we needed to reinvest, we needed to get some players so we can help these men. We were not expected to be in this situation at the start of the season. So why didn't we go out there and strengthen in January? At least get players that can offer us something different, not like for like. I want to hear all the Arsenal fans here that were talking porcaria in my ear about, oh, this man can do a job, Nketiah can do a job, Jorginho can do a job. What job did they do today? Exactly, because these men are do a job players, yeah? Jack of all trades, master of none. They're not good enough. Yeah, and when you need these fill-in man, yeah, these flipping plasterboard man, yeah, these you know flipping do a job one day, you know, flipping Bob the Builder, can you fix it? Players, yeah, when you have to rely on them, then they let you down, and I'm sick and tired of it. We should have got the players that were required, yeah, top level players, not these bums that we're getting right now. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I shouldn't be relying on Bob the Builder flipping players like Nketiah and Jorginho, these bums like that. Because when you really need them, they don't turn up. When you need it, when it's going against you, and you need players to help you, yeah, they don't turn up. Like today, I'm sick and tired of it. Within the first 5 minutes, Ivan Toney gets across, chance in the box, which is harder to miss than score, and he puts it wide. No one marking him. Gabriel not tight on him. Saliba not tight on him, just allowing him to get the shot off. Absolutely shocking defending. Odegaard with the through ball to Martinelli, but the angle was tight. That was one of the few times that Odegaard was actually doing okay, putting little through balls, but it was on the right-hand side. Martinelli tried to drift on the right, and it was way too tight. He couldn't get the shot off. Fair enough. Mbeumo threw on goal. Saliba and Gabriel falling. Ref saves us, and it was never a foul. Brentford should have been 1 up. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, both of our centre-backs didn't win the headers. It goes through to Mbeumo, and he's through on to goal. And literally, Gabriel that was next to him Mbeumo did not touch Gabriel. It was never a foul, and the referee saved us. We got saved so many times by the referee in this game, and we did not take advantage of it. We did not take advantage of it. And I want to hear what any Arsenal fan, because loads of Arsenal fans love to go, oh, the referee, the referee. The referee today kept us in the game. Yeah, it was no foul on Saliba, no foul on Gabriel, and Mbeumo did not touch him. He just Gabriel slipped, and he was through on to goal, and that should have stood, and it should have been 1-0. But the referee saved us. But what did Arteta do? Change nothing. Wait to the very end to change anything. Absolutely pathetic management from this guy. Yeah, this guy is clueless. I'm telling you, a low block will just finish this guy. Absolute kryptonite to Arteta. I'm sick and tired of it. Saka with the 1-2 with Odegaard. Saka should have stayed on his feet, but falls to the floor and doesn't score. And that was a chance from Saka. That was one of the few things from Saka today that was annoying me. Staying on your feet. That was a chance. The 1-2 allowed him to cut into the box, and he should have scored. But he chose to go to the ground. It's like, come on, even if you go to the ground because you're getting barged, at least lay the shot off. You know, with that tight angle, it's right next to the goal. He only had the goalkeeper to beat. You should be tucking that in, Saka. I needed better. But it wasn't just his fault. He was one of the better players out of a bad bunch. It's absolutely shocking today. Absolutely shocking. Honestly, Ben White heads it back to Saliba instead of clearing it, and Mbeumo isn't picked up by Ben White, and the cross into Toney, and he hits the crossbar. I mean, what kind of... Ben White, if you're getting pressed, yeah, and it's in your box, why would you head it across the box into the centre-back? Do you not think that's putting him under pressure? And then Saliba's trying to get rid of it, can't get rid of it, and they cross it, and Ivan Toney hits the cross. I don't even know how many shots and how many opportunities that he missed today. Honestly, what kind of... This Ben White, this is what I'm talking about, this flipping Chucky from fucking Rugrats, bro. This guy, where's the mentality, bro? What are you doing? Head it out. Head it out. Why are you heading it back into your box and allowing them to continue to apply pressure? This is what I'm saying. If I was a Brentford fan, if I was a Brentford player, I'd be kicking myself off. How did we not win this game against Arsenal today? The chances were there. And at the end of the day, when you're going for the title, these points all count. If we miss out on the title on 2 to 3 points, these are the times that you're going to look at and say, this is the reason why we didn't win the league. Dropping points against Everton, dropping points against Newcastle, dropping points against Brentford. You have to be able to win ugly. All the great teams won ugly. Sometimes, yes, it's not always going to be sexy football. But the thing is, you need to hang in there. How can you go 1-0 up? The game is completely against you. You don't even shut up shop. You know, it's just, come on, man. It's just basics. Basic game management. This man can't do. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Jensen skinning up Partey and Odegaard. Oh, meu Deus. Oh, meu Deus. Vai chamar a ambulância. Porque esses jogadores estão partidos. Esquece. Já acabou. Call the ambulance because Odegaard and Partey are still on the floor from Jensen putting them on their arse. Absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing, man. I don't know what's going on. Listen, and they're not the only one that got skilled up and put on their ass. The goalkeeper, you know what I'm saying? Skilling up and leaving him on his ass. That was embarrassing. What is going on? Mas que está a passar aqui? Eu não acredito. Não acredito, pá. Porra, para esses jogadores não são profissionais, pá. Não sabem jogar de futebol como deve ser. It's ridiculous. These men are just sliding on the floor. I don't know what's going on today. Brentford player out jumping Thomas Partey. I mean, Thomas Partey, oh, this guy losing the ball. And I've been seeing this in recent weeks from Thomas Partey. Misplacing passes, yeah, getting his ball getting intercepted at times. Doing this next Jackaboom shots. Why are you doing all these Jackaboom shots for? We don't need these Jackaboom. We just need you to get the ball and kickstart a counter-attack and make sure you mark your man and make sure you control the midfield. I didn't see it today. But then you're taking flipping shots that are hitting Virgin TV satellites. No, I'm not hearing none of that crap, man. No. I'm not hearing it. Martinelli with the volley in the box and it goes wide, and I'm thinking, get this filo da puta off, bro. This guy is doing nothing. Get him off. This guy needs to hold bench for the next month. If he comes on, he comes on for the last 15, 10 minutes. This guy has been shocking. Absolutely shocking. Not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Nice through ball into Saka on the wing. The through ball into Saka. Trossard scores. This is what I'm talking about. Like, why couldn't we do that before? We needed people overlapping. Saka overlaps, plays the ball through to Trossard, and we score. Trossard should have been introduced a lot earlier. I don't understand why this guy is persisting with Martinelli, but now you've got the option of Trossard. Trossard should have started. Martinelli was probably the worst player in the last 2 games. Why is he playing? Why is he being selected when you've got other options? Why is that happening? I don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Then you started to see, in the second half, you started to see Ben White overlapping Saka. That's what we needed, which is why we need to get off Zinchenko to put on Tierney, because we needed that overlapping. The overlapping fullbacks, they already had 10 men behind the ball. You needed to add movement. You need to add runners that will run past them and give the defenders another player to think about. But Arteta takes forever to be making basic ass decisions. If you don't put runners, the defense is calmly just going to shield you. And this is why for big parts of this game, we were just playing backward, sideways. Times it was going out to Zinchenko, he wasn't crossing the ball. Martinelli was playing it back onto Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka to Partey to Odegaard, and back round. It's just ridiculous. There's no penetration in this team. We don't know how to penetrate teams, and we have to overload them if they're going to sit back and cause them reasons to mark 2 or 3 man and give the defenders, make them work hard for their money. But when you just sit off of them, it's easy to shield against you, because you've got no runners in Martinelli, you've got no runners, and Nketiah got 2 man on him, Saka's got 2 man on him, and there's no movement. It's ridiculous, and it ain't good enough, and it ain't acceptable. It's ridiculous, and I've been saying we don't have the bench to affect the game when shit is going bad. We don't have it. It don't work. We don't have the players to come on and affect the game and get us the 3 points when we're not playing the way that we need to play. The free kick, honestly, that was an absolute... Honestly, we couldn't win a header. We were shit at man marking. We weren't tracking our runners. We weren't, bro. It was today at set pieces was disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And Brentford just scored a goal. And to be honest, Brentford deserved to win the game today. And I'll be hard pressed to find anyone that's going to tell me that they did not deserve it. We got away with a point, and we're the ones that are going in for a league title. It is pathetic. How are we getting outworked by Everton? Yeah, that just got a new manager. We're getting outworked, yeah, and outmuscled by Brentford. Yeah, they've only been in the Premier League for 2 years. It is disgusting, and it is an embarrassment. And a lot of Arsenal fans are going to, oh, don't worry, don't panic about it. Yeah, it'll be the same man come May saying, oh, you know what? We should have actually went out in January and we should have pushed the club to have bought players that can give us another plan B and something different. But we didn't. We said Jorginho can do a job, Fabio Vieira can do a job, and that's all right. That's okay. We'll just go with that. It's not acceptable. And I'm expecting Trossard to be starting the next game because Martinelli needs to hold bench. I'm done with this guy right now. He needs to hold bench and fight to get in the team. This is not good enough. And the thing is, you've got Granit Xhaka, as much as we praise Granit Xhaka, yeah, and it's all great. Granit Xhaka's been great. What did he do today? Some days we need Granit Xhaka to help Partey shore up the midfield. Partey needs help. Partey's having a stinker. We need you to help him. But all of you lot are getting skinned out. It's not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. Not good enough for me. And I'm fuming because when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, you can't keep dropping points if we're going to be in a position that we're in. We can't. There has to be a plan B. And already you've set yourself with a handicap by not getting players like Mitrovic, players that can play a different style to the players that we have now. You've already set yourself at a disadvantage. So now you have to tactically set us up differently when playing little triangles and playing through the middle ain't happening. Brentford defended us perfectly. And everyone now knows what the kryptonite, the same way Tottenham style football of sitting back against Man City is Man City's kryptonite, is the same way that the kryptonite for Arteta ball, which was learned by Pep Guardiola, is the same kryptonite. The counter-attacking football, put everyone behind the ball, and then hit them on the counter-attack. And Arteta doesn't know how to overcome that, and neither does Pep when he comes up against teams like Tottenham under Conte that will sit back and will allow you to have all the possession and then hit you on a counter-attack. And this is what I'm saying. It ain't good enough. It ain't good enough. The players will absolutely, they need to hold their heads down in shame. You guys, we deserve the performance after that bullshit performance against Everton with nothing, no heart, no desire, no passion, no nothing. And you lot got the audacity to come out and put this bullshit performance. No, it's not good enough. The minimum I expect is passion and desire. That is the minimum. Even if the tactics ain't working, that is the minimum I expect. The minimum anyone should expect from a footballer. And this is the bullshit that you lot serve. These Filhos da Puta should be walking home. They should be topping up their Oyster cards back home. I don't even care. I don't even know where they live at. Don't care. Top up your Oyster card. You can get the underground like all the other fans, yeah? And you can hear how the fans feel, because that is pathetic. Yeah, that is absolutely pathetic performance today. Honestly, Trossard, why is Trossard only coming on after the 60th minute? Arteta, I swear, this is where he reminds me of Arsene Wenger. We used to get mad at Arsene Wenger bringing on players, yeah? Bringing on players on the 60th minute. If you see that it's not working in the first half, at half time, change it, caramba. Change it. Put Trossard on. Martinelli wasn't doing anything. Why is it taking you so long? And then you're bringing on Fabio Vieira for Granit Xhaka. This Filho da Puta, £35 million. Is man actually serious right now? This guy's a bum. This guy is a bum, bro. The flipping Portuguese teabag has broken out of the Lisbon prison and is now playing for Arsenal. This Filho da Puta is useless. Não sabe passar a bola, não sabe chutar, não tem finta, não tem nada. Essa aqui não vale a pena para nada, não vale. Nossa, tô cansado. Eu tô cansado de ver Fabio Vieira. This guy is shit. He is shit. I've seen enough. It's time to go now. It is time to go. I'm loan him out and then flog him out. I don't care. We'll get, even if we can just recoup our money back. I'm done with this guy. I'm done with this guy. With his flipping head looking like a hot air balloon. I'm done with this Fabio Vieira. I'm done with him. You know what I mean? Don't anyone justify Fabio Vieira to me ever again in your life. This guy's a bum, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly. Nah, man. Nah. Today was embarrassing. And you can even tell, like, only Trossard, and Fabio Vieira coming on. This bench was horrendous. But what have we done to rectify it? I'm sick and tired of it, man. Honestly, sick and tired of it. Yeah, what was the halftime talk? Because I didn't see nothing different. Yeah, we took a couple of shots. We weren't clinical enough. We weren't doing enough. We weren't affecting the game enough. Brentford, ridiculous. It was ridiculous the way they played today. Honestly, Ivan Toney should be kicking himself that he didn't get a hat trick. That's how I'd feel if I was Ivan Toney. I think Jensen played really well. Norgard played well, and Buemo played very, very well with that little, pivot between them, and Buemo and Ivan Toney supplying each other, running down, giving each other options. You know what I mean? And they were dangerous on the counter attack, and we couldn't deal with them. We could not deal with them. Honestly, absolutely embarrassing from Arsenal today. Absolutely embarrassing. Yeah, we're supposed to be, bigger fish. We throw away the FA Cup. Oh, don't worry, we're going to fry bigger fish, bigger fish. What bigger fish, oh, Filho da Puta? What fish? There's no fish in the pond about bigger fish. There's no fish on the barbecue, so Filho da Puta. There's no flipping last season. Arteta threw everything away, through the FA Cup, threw everything away in pursuit of the Premier League, yeah? And then when we bottled the Premier League, then what happened? You know what I'm saying? I'm not hearing it. Do you know what I'm saying? You've done this thing before, and we've fallen flat on our face. I'm not hearing none of that. It's ridiculous, pathetic, man. Absolutely pathetic. Honestly, I'm done out here. Absolutely done out here. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm gonna get into what you lot think. My head is hot. My head is hot today. I can't even lie. Zinchenko should have come off ages ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand what's going on, man. Honestly, everything I said, everything I predicted is coming true slowly. Now, I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Well, let me see what you lot are saying. Northside, big up another shit performance. Bro, it was shit today. Absolute dog shit today. Another boring dog shit performance. Exactly. Northside, my brother, I believe the wheels are starting to wobble. Arteta has no plan B. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, can anyone really tell me or any of us, yeah, that at the start of the season with this group of players, we were expected to be in this position? No. So why didn't we go out there in January and get the players that are world class, that can perform, like give you 8s and 9s out of 10 on a consistent basis, to help these players that when Xhaka drops off, when Odegaard drops off, we've got adequate replacement. But we've got Fabio Vieira. These are the men that we got to come off the bench. It ain't good enough. In Arteta, you have to be able to change from a 4-3-3, maybe to a 4-2-3-1. Maybe change it up, bro. Change it up. It can't be the same thing all the time. Because as soon as you get worked out, it's curtains for you. You know, we look at what's going on with Liverpool and Klopp. He has one way of playing football. And as soon as that system gets figured out, he has no other way to alter it. It's a very dangerous game only having one style of football. Of course, every manager has their preference of style of football that they want to play. This is understandable. Yeah, every manager's got their style of football, but you have to be able to adapt your style. I'm not even saying that you have to go completely away from tiki-taka football. You know, you can have an implement of that, but you have to know how to also play it long, play it over the top. When you can't go through the middle, play it over the top, or play it down the wings, or, you know what I mean? Set yourself differently, you know? Put yourself a little different pivot in the middle, you know, to affect the game differently. Do you know what I'm saying? Have a striker up front that can header the ball, that has different attributes that can help you against different oppositions. But we don't do that. We don't do that. This manager wants to buy everyone like for like, and it becomes predictable because when you're getting sussed out in a game like Brentford, you don't have anyone that offers you anything different. You know what I mean? You don't. And then you can't affect the game. You can't change it up. You can't do something different. It's just not good enough, man. Honestly, pathetic today. Absolutely pathetic. If I was a Brentford fan, I'd be fuming. Absolutely fuming that we dropped points today. Just wanted to mention that Ole got sacked after finishing second place and losing out on the EL. I can easily see the same for us. Bro, I don't know if the standards of this club is to sack a manager if he finishes second, bro. Because at the end of the day, they gave this manager more life when he finished 8th. They still backed this manager when he was down at 15th. You know what I mean? So I don't see that the standards of this club is that. Do you know what I'm saying? They're just happy that we're overachieving. The fact that this club even have the audacity to come out and say that we're overachieving, going for a league title, just shows you exactly the mentality. The standard should be going for a league title. It shouldn't be an overachievement. Going for a league title is an overachievement for a team like Everton or a team like them type of teams there. That's an overachievement for them, man, there. Not for us. You know what I'm saying? That should be the standard. But this is what I'm saying, bro. This guy can get 15th. They'll still back him. They've done it before. You know what I mean? Big up Northside in the chat. We've handed City the title after that performance. We've been absolutely rubbish in the last 3 games. Rubbish, bro. Rubbish. It's L City, bro. L City. And I know it's a draw today, but it feels like an L because when you're going for the title, it's like Tesco's. Every penny counts. Every point counts, bro. When you're going for the title, every point counts. It's not, it don't matter. It's just a little blip. Nah. The fact that Man City have had so many blips is why they're not first in the league. These accumulation of blips is why you can fall off being in first place or winning the league. So you can't afford your team to then take blips. You need to take advantage. One thing I liked about this season is a lot of times that teams are falling off. We're taking advantage of that. We're then going in and, Man City dropped? Don't matter because we got our 3 points. We got our 3 points and then they do their job. And it's irrelevant what they do. But we're reverting back to the same old bucaria that I used to see from Arsenal. That we don't do the job that we need to do. We drop points and then we're hoping and praying that other smaller teams do a job against our rivals. That is not sustainable, which is why we haven't won the league for almost 20 years. Because it's not sustainable. You have to get your job done first. Then it's irrelevant what your rivals do. They can do whatever they want. As long as you keep doing what you need to do, collecting the 3 points, you'll get up there and you have a good chance of winning the league. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's really reverting me back to the old Arsenal. They just bottle it, drop points, and it's just, don't worry, don't matter. And then at the end of the season, we couldn't win the league because of this, because of that. And then there's this whole end of the league analysis where we're going through all the games that we drop points, yeah? And then people are being critical about those games. But during the season, Games like Everton, games like Brentford, majority of Arsenal fans want to come up with excuses. They want to be like, oh, don't worry about it. So at the end of the season, don't come up and say, oh, these are the games that we dropped points, because you, man, weren't rattled enough, weren't angry enough, weren't outraged enough, and didn't demand enough from this club to expect more. The standard is up there. The standard is not justifying bullshit from the players, bullshit from this manager, and bullshit from the club, saying that we're overachieving this season. This is the standard. And this is the standard that I grew up on. I didn't grow up on the standard of being bums and celebrating, dropping points, celebrating. Oh, as long as we're top 4, fuck off with all of that. I'm not hearing none of that bullshit. You know what I mean? Nah, man. I'm vexed right now. What a terrible performance. Ramsdale is a shambles right now. Edu is a clown. Fucked us in the window, like every transfer window. Title is gone. I'm telling you, bro. Totally disappointed, man. I'm going to be honest. If you, man, lose the title, it'll be because you don't have the depth to challenge City and your players ain't ever been here before. Exactly, bro. But this is what I've been saying, Mel. Minha senhora Fátima do céu. Epa, esses não querem mover. Não querem mover. This is what I've been saying. I've been saying this. This squad as a whole ain't good enough. Starting 11 is calm. But at the end of the day, every player, even world-class players, have stinkers. What do we have when our main players have stinkers? Don't worry, we've got Fabi Vieira and his hot air balloon head, yeah, to come to the rescue, bro. You know what I'm saying? His head looking like a flipping looking like a fish tank. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with this guy. He's shit. Martinelli looks like he's, bro, this guy needs to, I don't even, bro, he needs to go back to the carnival and maybe if he goes to the carnival, has 1-2 wines with some girls, go have dance some samba, and he will come back with the flair. Because I'm not seeing flairy sauce in Martinelli for a long time now. Long time. Do you get me? I remember back in the day, Ronaldinho would be like, yo, boss, if I score 2 goals, can I go to Rio de Janeiro carnival? He'd go there, come back, find his form, be saucing again. Maybe we need that with Martinelli, because I'm not seeing it, bro. I'm definitely not seeing it from Eddie Nketiah. This is exactly why I didn't want to rely on Eddie Nketiah, because this is his level. He has a couple of good games and he drops back down to the level that he's at, which is an average footballer, not a clinical striker, not a clinical finisher. This guy, if you don't spam him chances, he doesn't score. And that is it. That is it. It's ridiculous. Thomas Partey needs to work on his finishing. Saka I felt so sorry for, the only one that looked like he was going with any intent. Odegaard, another one that continuously goes missing. It's just not good enough, guys, man. Not good enough. Hey, Northside, 100% facts. That was a horrible, horrible performance. Very, very disappointing. Bro, you know, the excuse is going to be like, don't worry, it's only a little blip, bro. That's going to be the excuses, bro. Excuses City. What the hell? Did I forget my charger? I think I forgot my charger. I need to get it in a bit. Hit the like button, everyone. 6 likes and like and subscribe. What's this here? Facts. Let me just block this little dickhead here. What's this? Nketiah 2.0. We will lose to City. Good striker, no Jesus, no wins. Thank you, Northside. We don't get Tony, and now he scores against us. I knew this would happen. I don't care what's going on with him outside of football. Arsenal had a chance to get him. Unbelievable. Facts, bro. Facts. You know what I mean? But don't worry, bro. People saying Felix was too expensive at 9 million for a season, but we signed Jorginho for 12. Make it make sense. Amen. Facts, bro. Facts. And that's a player that walks into our starting lineup for a player that they're saying that, oh, can do a job. So you're saying that he's not good, he's not better than none of our starting players. Right. So why do Arsenal fans justify Jorginho then? Absolute facts, bro. Absolute facts. It's ridiculous, man. It's pathetic. The ref niced you, man. I can't lie. That Nketiah thing in the box at the end should have been a pen. I'ma be real. I haven't seen it back, but I wouldn't be shocked, bro. I haven't seen it back, but I definitely 1,000,000% would not be shocked. I can't lie to you. What's they say? Well, we needed Felix, but we needed a lot. We needed rotation for Odegaard. We needed another player that can stand up to Thomas Partey, not a guy that can do a job. We needed rotation for Xhaka. We needed another player to start ahead of Nketiah. We needed another player that can come in for Ben White if he's dropping a stinker. But doesn't matter, innit? This Arsenal fan base is all about shoulda, woulda, coulda after the fact. You know what I mean? They don't demand things when they can demand things. It's mad. Edu has messed us again. Today, to be honest, wasn't only on Edu, it was on Arteta as well. He has to also be able to adapt and be able to change the game. You know what I'm saying? Instead of telling these guys to keep doing the same old shit that ain't affecting the game. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous, bro. If Brentford were clinical enough, they could have beaten us. 100%. Brentford missed clear chances more than us. Bro, in the first half, yeah, they should have been winning about 3-4-0. I'm not even exaggerating. And there were clear chances. You know, you got different types of chances. But these were clear-cut chances, bro. You know what I mean? Oh, my days. We had to lose this game in front of the fans. It's a shame. No EPL title. I just see finishing 4th and 5th. It's mad, bro. What the hell is going on with the team? Do they not want the title? Nah, not having this. Your defense is in trouble, I was told. Nketiah ain't taking us to a title. Whole team was dead except Saka. Bro, we're seeing Tottenham, yeah, dropping points. We're seeing so many people dropping points, yeah, and we're dropping points too. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, what other incentive do these men need? You're in for a title. You're in for a title. Hello? Hello? Arsenal fans, Arsenal players, we're in for a title challenge. Can you wake the fuck up? Like, what is going on? I don't understand, bro. You're right. It's frustrating, bro. These men are playing, yeah? Like, we've got nothing to play for. Like, we're mid-table right now. I don't understand, bro. They're literally undoing all the good that they've done. They're undoing it. Arteta and the players. All the praise we've given, they're undoing everything. Everything, they're undoing everything. I can accept losing a game or dropping points in a game when you give your all and you give 110%, but the other team are just better on their day. But we didn't even try today. Today was just pathetic, bro. Absolutely pathetic. Brentford. Big up, though, bro. Listen, it is what it is, man. You're going to be haps, and I can't blame you, bro. Like, for me, eu tô cansado. Eu tô mesmo cansado. Ivan Toney, Northside, been saying this from early. And Nketiah can't handle these physical games. Facts, bro. Facts. And now I'm here drinking Magnum, drinking my sorrows away. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, bro. Bouncing back is not in Arsenal's dictionary. I don't understand what this club's problem with the month of February. By the way, the club is giving candies to Man City. Bro, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. These man said it was 10 out of 10 January transfer window. These man have not been calling out Arteta in games where he's dropped points and questioning him that why can't you change your system to a 4-2-3-1? You know what I'm saying? Play a counter-attacking football. Look at the way Ten Hag plays football at Man United. Yeah. Sometimes you can adapt that system. We've got the players that you can play that system. You can play 4 at the back. You can put Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka as the pivot. You can put Odegaard in front. Yeah. Then you got Nketiah, Saka, Martinelli. Change it up. Change up the system. Hit the other opposition on the counter. Do you know what I'm saying? Change it up. Why is it always got to be these pretty little triangles playing through the middle? As soon as we can't play through the middle, then that's it. Why is it that we allow Ben White to not overlap when Saka's getting marked out the game? Why is it that Zinchenko always is running into the middle when it's not working? I understand it in certain games it is effective. To add an extra man, Zinchenko tucks into the midfield. You then got 4 men in the midfield. You're able to control the game. But we were not able to run through Brentford. Why not put on Tini that will overlap Martinelli and will unlock Martinelli to do more, or Trossard? I don't understand these things. These are little things that are within this manager's power that he can do that he's choosing not to do. And that is what pisses me off. You know what I mean? It's not good enough. No chemistry, Martinelli and Nketiah, 100%. Martinelli came out after he renewed his contract, and he said that he enjoys playing with Gabriel Jesus. Obviously, that's injured right now, because they're able to switch sides and there's more fluidity within the way that they play football. Nketiah isn't really a player that strives in dropping in deep, you know, switching lanes and receiving the ball. He wants to be a player that is the last one to receive the ball in the box, and then he can do a tap-in. And that doesn't really work to get the best out of Martinelli, which is why we should have went and got João Felix or got another striker in January transfer window. But all Arsenal fans were giving it 10 out of 10. The Arsenal board and their dude said, job done. Don't worry, boys, job done. We've done it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Everyone hit the like button if you haven't already. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Let me look at the table. Let me look at the Premier League table right now. Premier League table. For some people in the chat that act like little bitches. You know what I'm saying? Not all of you. Big up to the majority of you. You already know who you are. Yeah. Big up to the majority of you. If only if Man City lose tomorrow, yeah, they're only 3 points behind us. Yeah. And Mo is saying, bro, stop crying. We're 5 points clear. Yeah, we're 5 points clear until Man City win tomorrow. Then it's only 3 points clear. And if we continue to drop points, what's going to change? Because I tell you what, we can't change the fact that we got dead wood on this bench. We can't. What we can change is this manager actually using his brain and being more tactically aware when he's playing in games and actually change his system. But until he does that, what can we do? So if I keep seeing the same crap, bro, you know what I mean? If I keep saying the same crap, then I'm going to keep saying the same thing because it's costing us points. So it is what it is. Let us start picking up points and doing what we need to do, and then you'll see me not saying the same thing. But I'm seeing the same kind of results, the same kind of performances, the same lack of tactical awareness. And what do you expect me to say? Oh, everything's okay, everything's rosy. I'm seeing the same mistakes that we had last season, not being proactive in the January transfer window, not changing it up in games when we can change the way that we play. Can this manager only play one style of football? If he can, then he's not the man for me because he's not going to be good enough. Especially when you're coming up against tactical managers like Ancelotti in the Champions League, coming up against Simeone, coming up against Pep Guardiola, coming up against all these men that are tacticians. If you're not a tactician, you're going to lose. You can't just have one way of playing football, man. Football managers are there for a reason, to pick the squad. And as the game is going, if they've made any mistakes, they have to rectify them early to get you the 3 points. Otherwise, we'll just play football without managers. We wouldn't need manager. You just set up the team. The owner says, this is the line that we're going with, and that's it. The manager's there to affect the game in terms of tactics, and he's not doing it. It's not good enough, man. Even if we still somehow shithouse to win the title, I want Edu sacked. He's left Arteta out to dry with a team that is in need of new direction, and the best you can do is Jorginho. Fraud. He is a fraud, bro. Facts. He is a fraud. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We lose to City. We lose. City will number one. City wins Villa. They will be better than us. Well, I don't even know what to say anymore, bro. This fan base, yeah, only see reality when it hits them in the face. They never see the storm before it's coming. You know, like Fortnite. If you ever play Fortnite, you can see the storm in the map, yeah, but you can get carried away about looting and getting new guns and all this type of stuff. This is Arsenal fan base. They're too busy getting all the new guns, getting some more materials so they can build, getting all that. The storm is closing in. The Arsenal fans still looting, getting loot boxes, getting new guns, getting all the purple guns, the green guns, all of this. The storm then comes in, then you start losing life in the storm, and then you start complaining and running, and that is Arsenal fans, bro. They only see the shit when the storm is done, you're dead, you're out the game, and it's finished. That's the only time. It's ridiculous, bro. What was Fabio Vieira doing at the end with that free kick? Bro, it's best if I don't speak, man. It's best if I don't speak. Hold on a sec. Someone's at my door. Hold on. Yo, I'm back. Sorry, people. I forgot my charger and someone was at the door. Oh, flipping out. I'm sick and tired. This club, I'm going clubbing tonight. I don't care, man. I'm going out. I don't deserve this crap. I'm going. Where am I going? I'm either going Dominican club or I'm going Colombian club today. Today, I need to dance. I need to drink. I need to just let some steam off. I've been getting too much stress in my life lately. Way too much stress in my life lately. And also, I'm just adding to it. They're making my blood pressure boil. My blood pressure's going up, and I'm sick and tired of this crap, honestly. But it's all right. It's calm. Don't worry. It's only a blip. We'll come back better next time. Oh, don't overreact. Why are fans overreacting? Fuck off. Anyone that comes out with that bullshit, I'm not hearing it, bro. I'm not hearing it. The standard needs to be up, man. People just expect too much low standards, yeah, and then bash everybody else that got higher standards, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is a generation of losers, absolute losers. Everyone celebrates being a loser. Everyone celebrates not avoiding hard decisions, avoiding talking about hard facts. Everybody wants to paint everything like everything's great. I'm done with that, bro. I'm someone that I see reality. And reality, you need to have high standards for yourself, for your club, for everything. Otherwise, you're always, if you're comfortable being average, you'll be average your whole life. That's how I look at it. As soon as I was comfortable once in my life to be average, I was average. I was achieving average because I wasn't trying to push to be great. And then when I started saying I need to get my shit in order, my life started changing. So this applies to your life, to everything. But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe the majority of Arsenal fans just don't like pressure. You know what I mean? You have to put yourself under pressure to be the best. They don't like it. Top up your Oyster card, bro. I'm telling these players need to top up their Oyster card and F off to the London Underground, bro. Take away their Mercedes, take away the Range Rover, take away all of it. The fans pay for all that crap. The club pay for it. Now you know what? Take it away. You man couldn't be bothered, so we can't be bothered to hand you over your key. Go get your Oyster card topped up, yeah, and head down to Arsenal Underground, and you man look at the Underground. I don't care if you don't know how to get home. There's a map. Yeah, and figure out how to get home. If you couldn't be bothered, then we can't be bothered to give you your keys back. That's what they should get. You know what I'm saying? That's what they should get. That's your flipping Lucas bottle at their head, yeah? And say, there you go, there's your Oyster card, F off now. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. They don't care. Why should we care? Every game now, they're turning up that they don't care. So why should we care? You know what I mean? Make them walk through all the fans. You know what I'm saying? If you get someone saying something to you, well, that's what you deserve. You know what I'm saying? The lineup pissed me off too. Same old predictable lineup. We have been found out. Change it. Exactly, bro. 35 million for a tea bag. That's what I'm saying, bro. 35 million for a tea bag, bro. Why did Arteta not get another striker, bro? Because the majority of the fans justify it. That, nah, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Don't worry, because Nketiah's in the room. Your defense is in trouble. Nketiah in the room. Let me see how many memes are going to be made of Nketiah tonight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I put it up for banter, because I'm like, these men are washed, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I enjoyed the game. I bet you have, bro. Them fishes ain't frying. Gotta check that fryer, bro. There ain't no fish. Oh, bigger fish, bigger fish. These man go on like we've won major honors in the last 20 years. This man talk about bigger fish, bro. Throwing away the FA Cup. If you're gonna throw away the FA Cup, you better be serious about flipping going for the league. Não, tô cansado, não tô aqui para justificar nenhuma dessas porcarias. Tô aqui para ganhar o jogo e ganhar o campeonato. Se eles não querem ganhar o campeonato, rua. That's it. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of these players, bro, and I'm sick and tired of this manager, bro, taking the piss. You man have been shocking in the first years of Arteta's reign, and now you man are trying to throw away a league title. Nah. Losing to Everton, draw at home against Brentford, but no worries. Arsenal had a 10 out of 10 transfer window, according to zombie fans of this club. Facts, bro. Facts. Vieira not making it at Arsenal. This guy is a dud, 100%. I'm vexed, bro. Well, Fuad, you were part of the people that were justifying to me January transfer window, so you're really getting all that you wanted. Yeah? Trust the dead wood that ain't good enough. Trust a lack of transfer business in the January transfer window. Me and you had a conversation in January transfer in the deadline transfer day, and you were telling me that, oh, nah, it's all right, you're trying to justify it all. Why are you vexed, bro? This is what you wanted. I didn't want this shit, but this is what you wanted. Go with the same old team that ain't equipped for the business end of the season. This is what you wanted. This is what you argued with me about. Why are you vexed? Why are you vexed? Bro, I'm going to be real with you. I wanted us to keep Zinchenko, but even when he was with us, he's a very good player, but he's got a lot of these moments in him where he looks lost and not in the game. Bro, so many times, right? Mispassing the ball, not overlapping. Like, there was a lot to his game today that I did not like. Is that European Portuguese he's speaking? Well, yeah, it's European. I can switch it to Angolan if you wanted to, because the more angry I get, the more Angolan it's going to become. I can't even lie. I'm not going to say you handed us the title. We still have to get the job done tomorrow against Aston Villa. Even though we are at home, it's nowhere near an easy game and we ain't playing great. I get it, but we're giving you the lifeline, and that's what pisses me off. We're giving you the lifeline to come back into this title race. Do you know what I'm saying? Instead of pushing ourselves away from you and making a clearer gap between, you know, our team and your team. And that is what's annoying. The doubt is creeping in now. That January transfer window may cost you a trophy. 100% is going to cost us a trophy. 100%. Fuad, I don't know if you're still here. I'll put the link out for Fuad or Brandon if you want to jump on. Anybody else that wants to jump on, you already know the rules. Camera or mic has to be on, and you can jump on and have your say. Starting 11 cost us today. Fuad, how can you say starting 11 cost you today? That is the same lineup you play all the time, apart from usually it is Jesus instead of Nketiah. I have to agree with that. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what he may be saying is, you know, Martinelli shouldn't have started Trossard, but that's only one player. You know, I can't say it's the whole starting lineup. The players look lost. They look as lost as Arteta. They don't know what to do once they're getting battered up in the midfield. We're losing the midfield battle. Every player is getting doubled up on, and the opposition is sitting back when we're trying to attack them, and there's nowhere through. They're looking lost. They're looking at the manager. Because we needed to change it up, bro. We don't have the players to change it up. And when I was telling you that we needed to put pressure on this club in January to get the players so that we have the players and the ability to change it up, you were telling me, nah, it's fine, it's great business. So you can't have your cake and eat it too, bro. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Who's this here? Football Bang, what you doing, bro?
Yes, no, sorry. What are you saying?
Bro, my blood pressure's high, bro. I can't even lie to you. My blood pressure's high.
Let me tell you something about this team, yeah? We've all seen it before. The same old bottle jobs. Yeah, we're going to be a laughing stock. If we don't bring this title home, we're going to be a laughing stock at the end of the season, bro. You know, we're just like the last couple of games. It's almost like City has just shook us up.
Do you think that we can sustain this run? Because a lot of Arsenal fans were justifying the lack of business that we did in January and said that, you know, a lot of these players can do a job until Jesus comes back and stuff like that. Are you like me, where you're looking at it and you're thinking already this manager isn't a world-class manager? We don't have the best squad, and we haven't done enough business, and we have yet to see Arteta be able to tactically adjust during games and not make late substitutions like Arsene Wenger used to do at the end of his reign, and changing things in the 60th minute, when by half-time we're seeing that we're not getting anywhere with the players on the pitch?
Well, I was expecting to see Trossard start today, you know, because Martinelli has just been like dead food over the last couple of games. So why did Arteta start him? It's like he's trying to play Martinelli back into form, but it doesn't work like that sometimes with these young players. Sometimes you've got to drop these young players, yeah, bring in an experienced man like Trossard. Trossard came in today. Look how he, as soon as he got the ball, yeah, he was trying to like do this, do that, you know what I mean? Trying to jinx man and go around man, and you know what I mean? And he got his goal and everything. Yeah, there's a lot more movement. Martinelli's, seriously, man, the man's playing like, and you mentioned it earlier, yeah, he needs to go out to Brazil or wherever he goes, yeah, to the club to get his wine, because man's just like got his contract and that's it. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to run past players. But also as well, you have to look at the fact that Zinny, he's just that guy that likes to come into midfield and stuff. But it doesn't work. It's not working, man. And then we're becoming predictable. Pep must have been watching the game and thinking, I've got your number come Wednesday, bro. I know exactly what you man are going to be doing, because we're looking very predictable at the moment.
100%. Brandon, how you doing, bro?
Yeah. Not great, mate. Not great. And I tell you what, I didn't even see the game because I've been out car shopping. But just going off of the result, going off of what people are saying, another poor performance by Arsenal. Another opportunity missed. And by Wednesday, the title race could be wide open again. Because if we lose to City and City win tomorrow, that puts them level on points.
Yeah.
It puts them above us on goal difference, I believe. So, yeah, big test for us. Big test for us now because, I mean, Deji was only saying it the other day. Arsenal haven't been through a patch of form which has been a bit sticky this season so far. It looks like we're going through that patch right now, which is at a crucial time in the season, and we can't afford to be dropping points to teams like Brentford and Everton. We need to be picking up 3 points, and once again, we've not picked up the 3 points. Man City, it's going to be a massive game now. Manchester City. Lose that, it could be title race over. It could be title race over with the short form that we're showing at the moment. I think we will. Where is it at? Is it at the Emirates or the Etihad?
I'm not sure. I ain't even checked, bro. That's how disinterested I've been. I can't even lie.
I think it's at the Emirates.
Yeah, it's at the Emirates.
Yeah, I see. At the Emirates, I think.
Does it even matter?
Yeah, it don't even matter now. It doesn't, because our form has dipped. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the Emirates, I think we can beat them at the Emirates. I think if it was at the Etihad, that'd be even more of a tough task, especially with the form that we're showing at the moment. But it's terrible. I mean, like I say, I didn't watch the game, but I'm hearing again Mikel Arteta not making substitutions quick enough. I'm hearing again Mikel Arteta not showing a plan B. You've got to show plan B. If plan A is not working, you've got to have a plan B. And once again, you know, it looks like we've had a bit of a hangover from the Everton game. But what can you say? I mean, we've got our weekly show with Deji, and I'm not looking forward to it because he's going to tell us about how Arsenal fell off. But I'm also looking forward to it because his team got slapped up 4-1 by Leicester. So
slapped up today.
You know what? I'm just annoyed because at the end of the day, my team didn't do what they needed to do. Do you know what I'm saying? And ultimately, I'm just annoyed about that. I don't care about them, man. Them man are little, man. I don't care about them, man. You know what I mean? They can do whatever they want to do. This is normal. But Francisco, I want to get your opinion, bro, because everyone's already heard mine. What'd you make of today, bro? What did you make of today? What'd you make of Arteta? What'd you make of the players? Because these players have to be accountable too, now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Everton was what it was. We saw on a pretty much positive entire Arsenal midfield and everything. Today, we were so wasteful. Again, no energy, no fight. Martinelli being a stinker today. There's no player in this game that deserves any praise apart from Saka. Again, the lack of a plan B. Where's the plan B? Okay, what is plan? Does Arteta has a plan B in the start? I mean, I said it once, but nobody cared to listen. But I said that we need a player for the January. We need it. A proper right back, rotation for Xhaka, for Partey, for Saka or Martinelli, a striker like Ivan Toney who scored today, or like Mitrovic. But no, we decided to sign Trossard, who is decent, and the Brazilian Arteta.
The Brazilian Arteta, yeah? I like that one. I like that. That's going to stick. Francisco, it's very simple, bro. When all of us looked at Arsenal this year, nobody predicted us to be in this situation. Why? Because no matter if you're Arteta in or out, you already deem these group of players ain't strong enough. So why not go out there and do that? Why not go out there and get the players that are necessary? I don't understand it, bro. And the thing is, yeah, if you can't change it up, it does point to January because why didn't you buy? Like, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, the minimum I'm expecting from this Arsenal team after that shambolic performance against Everton is fight and desire. That's the minimum. Forget tactics, forget everything. Brentford are not going to win anything this season. We're in a title race. You man show us that you weren't on job against Everton, you're going to be on job against Brentford. But you didn't. Defensively, I'm sorry. We've been praising a lot of this team. Me and Brandon have spoken about Ben White, spoken about Xhaka, spoken about Gabriel sometimes switching off. And today, All of that returned, bro. All of that returned. All the goodwill they have Van Dijk and Brandon that have criticised, and other fans that say you have to give praise, you have to give praise. The reason I said I only changed my mind about a lot of players at the end of the season is because that's what it takes. Consistency. It's all good showing up for the first half of the season, but you have to show up for the second half of the season. Granit Xhaka looks great when he's going forward and he has space and no one's marking him. But sometimes you need to dig in deep and help Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey was getting skinned. He was getting skinned. Ivan Toney was brushing him off the ball. And Mbeumo making runs. Where was Ben White? This guy has no recovery pace. And I've been saying eventually we're going to see that Ben White's lack of recovery pace, lack of speed is going to catch up. He can't overlap. Half of it, I understand why Ben White doesn't overlap because he can't run back. But why didn't we go and get a right back that can do that? And then put in Ben White against teams that sit back. Then he doesn't need to overlap. Do you get what I'm saying? It's comfortable for him. But we don't have that option because we're not proactive in the way that we think. We're not proactive. We're bringing in Van. Man, that guy, bro, I'm telling you right now, that Pastel needs to go back. But he needs to go to Braga. He needs to go to Rio Ave. He needs to go somewhere over there, bro. He don't need to be over here. He only suits the Portuguese league. Take him, go to Sporting. They're another bunch of bums. Go over there, bro. You look saucy. This guy ain't good enough. Mario. Go on, bro. Football bands, go on.
Vieira's a dud, man. There's no way this little P-body guy is going to survive in the Premier League. Not this season, not next season. Yeah, he just hasn't got it. You know, I don't know who fooled Edu into buying this guy, because this guy just.
It's pretty ironic, really, because I remember at the beginning of the season when we signed this guy, I remember jumping onto a stream with you again, Northside, and I was questioning the signing big time because I said, as I say over and over again, you're buying a player from a foreign league. They need time to adapt. They need time to settle in. Sometimes you have players that do adapt and do settle in eventually or even straight away. But a lot of the time you have players that just don't adapt at all. And, you know, that's why you got the likes of Timo Werner, for example, smashing it in Germany. But then he comes over to the Premier League and he's an absolute flop. And that's where my worry was with this one. You know, midfielder, attacking midfielder. I didn't know anything about him until Arsenal signed him. But once again, we see the fan base lapping it up. Oh, yeah, well, 34 mil. Oh, you'll be a great player. You know, going on YouTube compilations and seeing all this crap about him. How about we do the proper business with the proper players that are going to win us stuff? None of this dipping into the market to buy players that can do a job. I'm sick and tired of hearing about versatility and he can do a job. How about buy the players that we need that can win us the league title? And once again, we haven't done that. Some certain players like Ben White, like you know, Saliba, Gabriel, have stepped up, as Northside said, for the first half of the season. But it's ironic to me, really, because normally you see a team have a very good full season, and then the following season they get found out. It looks like we've been found out after half a season. Teams now know that if they put somebody physical on Martin Odegaard, he don't want it. We see it against Everton. You put somebody physical on Martin Odegaard, he don't want it. Where does most of Arsenal's big attacks come from? Where they score most goals and stuff like that? Martin Odegaard. You stick somebody on Martin Odegaard, you stop Arsenal. You stick somebody tight on Saka and Martinelli, you stop Arsenal. We're really not that difficult to defend against. But all of a sudden now we've been found out, and it's up to the manager to come up with a plan B. He's got to change it around. We can't just like Manchester City is completely different, right? Because at Manchester City, Pep Guardiola can play one way all season and it won't make no difference because of the quality of players that he has at his disposal. Arteta hasn't got that. If you haven't got that quality of squad, you need to have a second plan. And this is where I don't think we did enough in the January transfer window because me and Northside, and I know a few other fans, were screaming out for a different striker, somebody who's not as similar as what Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus is, somebody who's big and physical and you can throw on at the end of the game if it's not going in your favour, like Olivier Giroud would have, offered Arsenal type thing. We didn't do what we needed to do in the centre of the park because we replaced, let's say, Thomas Partey with Jorginho. It stinks of negligence at this club again. We're in a position where we can go on and win a league title, and I already know what's coming. It's already lined up. I'm pretty sure it's already typed up on the computer as well of the tweet that Arsenal are going to tweet out from the moment that we lose this title race. It will be, well, we was only expected to get top 4 anyway. And then every other fan will lap it up and go, yeah, you're right, actually. We're on target. It's bollocks.
Regarding Fabio Vieira, okay, I believe that I also said when I jumped in that Arsenal bought a former FC Porto player that he didn't even played regularly in a starting 11 for Porto. He was used most of the time as a guy who comes from the bench. I was like, okay, it could be decent, it could be good, but that was a big risk because, okay, if a guy who doesn't play regularly in a big team like Porto, which is one of the biggest clubs in Portugal, why a guy like him would suddenly show his talent in the Premier League, who is way more demanding, with way more physical? Yes, his identity is completely different from the Portuguese league.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, Francisco, man. This is why when Arsenal fans start bigging up, they don't watch the Portuguese league. You know what I mean? They're bigging up a guy they never watched. They didn't even know, like you said, he's not even a starter for Porto. So if he's not good enough to be a starter for Porto, what's he going to be for Arsenal? It's not good enough. But Francisco and Football Bands, love for jumping on. I got some guys waiting there. Love, bro. I really appreciate it. Make sure you jump on the next one, yeah?
Okay, no worries.
Love, guys. Love. Right, we're going to get on Natstar and Prince Fuad, the defender of our January transfer. What's good? Let's go to Natstar first, because I ain't heard from you in a while, bro. How you doing, bro?
Not too bad, man. Just watching a bit of the rugby in the background. I'm not going to lie. I only saw the 3-minute highlights, but I'm fucking glad that I did. And I'll tell you why. Let me get this, no interruptions, none of that shit, because I've been seeing this for a while. A long while. First and foremost, Edu, you are a filo da puta. You are a bitch. You are 100% bitch. How the fuck can you, in that January transfer window, not pay an extra 3-4 mil, whatever it cost, for João Felix? Proper baller. You saw Onana last week. Why didn't we get in? To be honest, we're at a point where we know that the board are incompetent, right? And if the fans don't believe it now, then all hope is fucking lost, yeah? Like, we're getting to the point where if the board clearly don't want to spend money where it really fucking matters on players that we really need in certain positions, you look at Balogun, he's balling in the French league. For me, he's better than Eddie Nketiah. He hasn't scored recently. Bring him back. Maitland-Niles. I know, like, he's a little bit... but I like Maitland-Niles, and in that midfield, he's another option. He's better than Fabio Vieira. He's shit. He's done out here. And when Ødegaard is not performing, just a little bit of something extra. I don't know if he's injured or not, but bring him in. Do you know what I'm saying? And time again, and this was the real thing, right, with Arteta. I was like, let's see till the end of the season. Let's see how this season plans out. Because the one biggest thing that I have with Arteta, that I've always had, is can he adapt when the shit hits the fan, when things aren't going well? Can you adapt when Partey ain't doing it, when Ødegaard ain't doing it, when Xhaka ain't doing it, when Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko, fuck me, like Zinchenko, right? We know he can't defend, but Arteta, obsesses with that invertedness. Why didn't Tierney come on? Why isn't Tierney being used? He's the only player who can cross a fucking ball. It's fucking simple. That guy can not only defend, but he can cross a ball. We need that. Because if we play like we did today against Man City, Lord have mercy. Lord have fucking mercy upon this soul. Like, at the end of the day, buckle up, people. Buckle up, because if we don't win this league, and not only that, we don't win this Europa League, I will be livid. And if Tottenham do anything in this Champions League that Deji's going on about, yeah, I will not watch football forever. I'll just stick to rugby or whatever else. I'm done. I'll be done. I'll be done with this. Done with this.
Let's go. Now, big up Napstar. Facts. I back everything that you just said. It's absolute facts. Fuad, you've been this January transfer window defender.
Yeah, well, listen. Do you know, the truth is, all right? Today, I'm not blaming the players, bro. See, the reality is, everyone, you're all going on about thing. Just remember, if it wasn't for our January signing, we would have fucking lost the game today. So, there it is there. I said last week, gamble. I was live on Aussie. I was live on with Manny and that, and we said gamble on the Aussie Gunner show. Gamble, play, just play. Trossard, drop Martinelli. If listen, if you don't want to play Kieran Tierney, and if you want to put Kieran Tierney left back, put fucking Zinchenko in the middle, change it. But today, do you know what pissed me off the most? It wasn't a player. Everyone's blaming Eddie. It was no, the manager. Do you know when Trossard come on and scored? You've got 25 minutes to defend your lead in 3 points. Bring on a centre back. For 2 years that I supported Arteta, he was playing defensive football. You could defend for 25 minutes. You've done it for 2 years and you got top 4. Last season, we defended all season and we got top 4. This season, you wanted to defend for 25 minutes and you would have secured your 3 points. I blame the manager. Today, it's him. I don't blame the players, because when Trossard, look, they could have been 3-0 up on thing. Ivan Toney missed chances after chance, hit the bar. When you're the manager and you got we got a lucky breakthrough, bring on a new defender, bring on Holding, bring them all on and say, you know what, mark him out the game. Because you can see what they're doing. Direct. Just mark him out the game and we'll break their play down and we'll see what happens from there. But none of that. He just allowed, and that donkey comes running out, hits into an empty net, that keeper. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, if you're in a title race, you need sometimes to change your tactics and gamble. You don't win the league hoping Man City's going to lose games every week. If you take the lead, bring on your defenders, defend your 3 points, go on to the next game. Don't care how you win it, it's a results game. But no, we want to play that extra ticky-tacky. And bro, I'm not happy with the starting the same 11 all the time. I wanted Trossard to start today. I wanted Partey to have a sit out. Put in Juninho. Put in Kieran Tierney. Start Tomiyasu. Bring in this new kid. You put him, didn't you?
100%. Listen. Wait, hold on. Calma.
No, if we go transfer, okay, I want to go transfer. Our transfer signings will be one of the best. Because he's the one who's impacted us this season. He impacted us against Manchester United, Trossard. He put the ball full down. All right? When you want to talk about our signings, he's done something. He impacted the game today. You're talking about signings that Chelsea got. They couldn't fucking beat Fulham and fucking West Ham. 2 relegated teams.
Can I just say, though?
Was the bottom team.
Can I just say, though? There's a player that was playing for Brentford today that shouldn't be playing for Brentford, and he should really be wearing the Arsenal colours, and that is
number 14. Number 14, Brandon. Number fucking 14.
Ivan Toney should have been one of the main signings in the transfer window.
My friend was on holiday, all right? He had a photograph with Ivan Toney. And he asked him a question. He said, if Arsenal come in for you, he said, I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm going with a heartbeat. He's an Arsenal fan. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows in London, Ivan Toney, in pre-season, he walks around with what top?
So what I'm saying is the question is, Fuad, and I think I already know the answer to this question. So saying that our January signings have made an impact. Have we done enough in January to secure the league title? No.
Bro, I think if you played Ivan Toney, bro, he's got his favourite 11.
Yeah, maybe, but let's just say
you could bring in Joe Felix. If you're not going to bet, if they're not going to get on the pitch.
Okay, but what did Eddie Nketiah do today? Again, nothing.
Bro, yeah, but they all never, bro. You can't. I agree. Eddie played rubbish, but they all played rubbish.
I know,
if we're going to keep blaming Eddie Nketiah, then we got to look at this sometimes. And He ain't got no service. No one put the ball in. It was just one-way traffic.
Yeah, no, of course, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is
yeah, you got to look at it from
Eddie
perspective.
If Eddie Nketiah's not doing it, you bring in Ivan Toney, somebody who can offer you
but I know
something
what you're
different.
saying, but Brandon, listen.
Well, to be honest, if we had Ivan Toney, Brandon, like we would have started him.
No, Eddie Nketiah wouldn't even be starting.
Brandon,
Exactly.
The thing is, you know, all right, Brandon, you know, I know, Northside know, and the brother down there knows. As soon as you sign, listen, the reason why I don't want about a striker, because I know my club. When they signed Eddie Nketiah that contract, logic shows Arsenal will never bring another striker. If they wanted, bro, they could have got Ivan Toney in the summer on a 40 million, 25 million, 35 million on a cheap, bro. They chose not to.
Well, the fact that they chose not to, though, Fuad, just shows fucking negligence from the club again.
Bro, what's showing negligence, bro, is they don't. The manager's showing negligence too, bro. At the end of the day, Arteta got to take a gamble. You're in a title race.
Right, and I agree with you. But at the same time, the players have got to take some responsibility as well. You can't drop.
The players.
You can't drop a 2 out of 10 performance against Everton and then roll up the following week, right? And do the same again when you're in a league title race.
No, listen. I will criticize. Listen, Arteta, if you may get it wrong, sometimes I will criticize him. But today, it's because of the position we're in, bro. That's why I'm vexed, because I think, we took a lead. You could have gone pragmatic and said, fuck it, park the bus and live for another day. And Man City come to the Emirates, but no, Aston Villa and Man City. Obviously, anything can happen in football. But if we play like that, I say, look, if we go up like that against Manchester City, I think we're gonna get. Then no, it's gonna change.
You know what I think there is as well, right? I think there's an element of
favoritism.
There's an element of this as well, right? Them players, we played the same first 11 as what we always play. For the last 2 weeks, they have not looked like anything like they have done for, the rest of the season so far. It's only been over the last 2 weeks that pundits and fans and the bookies have made Arsenal the favourites for the league title. I think there's an element of these players can't handle the pressure of being the favourites.
Mm. Let me ask Fuad this question, right? Because I've wanted to ask this question since the end of the January transfer window. What do you think from now until the end of the season Jorginho is realistically going to bring? Because to be honest, personally, I never wanted him. It's just another Chelsea, reject. You can say like he's won the Champions League, he's won the Europa League, the Club World Cup, all of that. Cool. We know his resume. David Luiz won similar. Petr Cech won similar. And Willian won similar. Why are we going down this same fucking path over and over and over again where there were, guess what? Cheaper alternatives, better alternatives than to what? 12 mil. Imagine what Chelsea would have been saying over the phone. Like when you hold the phone, like when you hold the phone. Oh, hey, guys, Eddie's just come in and he's going to bid 12 million for fucking Jorginho.
Listen, before
and all of that, like, it's mad. Yeah, go on.
Before he answers your question, big up Brandon, love for jumping on, bro. And we should be doing the rival show tomorrow, so make sure you tune into the rival show tomorrow. Should be an interesting one. Us dropping points, Tottenham losing to Leicester, so should be a good one.
I've got to find a way of cooking Deji because, like, I don't.
But then you're turning to an Arsenal super fan. When we got the L as well, I mean, it's not like we won. You know what I mean? We got to be humble as well.
Yeah, but without Benton Core, like they're fucked. It's clear to me, like
The problem is though, Northside is I can't handle having a Tottenham fan calling me out when they're just fila de puta, the pussy holes, yeah, especially Deji as well. So yeah, big up.
What about Saturday now?
On some pookalia.
You know what I mean? Love, man, love. Now, Fuad, you want to answer Nats's question?
Yeah, I think we bought him for the. I don't think we bought him, and I say this to everyone. I don't think we bought him to start or anything. I think we bought him for the Europa League, and if you're like 2-0 up, and you can see and like you're 2-0 up, and the game's done with the seal, bring him on for the last 10 minutes and give Carter 20 minutes and give Carter that little lenient rest. That's all they bought him for. Because today you can see he never come on one bit, innit? You know, I think he just bought for the Europa League, bro. And that's the truth. He might be all right in the Europa League, and he can got that European experience. And you know, you'd want Partey playing in the Europa League. So that's why I think they bought him for the Europa League. It makes sense for the Europa League, but it's, bro, like I said, bro, it's like I think though that I don't know if it's me, but like sometimes I just think I hope it's not like that Arsene Wenger. He's like Arsene Wenger. You got your favorite 11, no matter how they perform.
Yeah, but every coach has that, Phil. That's the thing. It doesn't matter how good or bad the coach. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has favourites. Arteta has favourites.
Yeah.
Pep, Klopp. They all have, any manager you can name, any head coach you can name on the fucking planet has favourites. On all levels. Never mind the top level. On all levels.
Listen, I agree. You can have your 11 players to a certain extent, because even Alex Ferguson, and at the point he had his favorite 11, but when he went to, sorry, you're out this game, you're in. You're not going to win the title by thinking, oh, they'll bounce back. No, change it up, bruh.
You know what?
Go on.
Like, at the end of the day, I'm loving this energy because you've always protected this manager, even in the January transfer window, and I love the energy from now because you know that winning the league is within our hands. And I'm loving what you're saying because I never hear you say this. The manager has to be held accountable. This is Arsenal Football Club, as well as the players. I think today is a mixture of what you said, Fuad, and what Brandon said. The players are to blame when you're not giving 100%. No matter the strategy, no matter how we set ourselves up, you have to give 100% for the shirt. Yeah? And then we can say, cool, you done everything that you could do. You did everything. You tried everything. It weren't working. Then you look at the tactics. And then you look at why wasn't changes made before the 60th minute? Why is it that we're setting ourselves up the same? Why is it that Thomas Frank has put the identity of Brentford to be an attacking team, yet he, at Brentford, as the Brentford manager, has the nous to set them up differently, knowing that we play tiki-taka, expansive football and attacking football. He had the brain to know, set them up, put 5 people at the back, pack out the midfield, and don't allow Arsenal, let them have the ball, and don't let them with any channels, and don't play a high line so that Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah don't have space to run in. How come he's able to identify that, and our manager is unable to do that against teams that set up like us, knowing that you drop points to Newcastle this season, Man United this season, Everton this season, that all set up in a similar way? Why is
Southampton as well.
Why is it that you can't do that, but the Brentford manager can do that? Would Arsenal fans say that Thomas Frank is a better manager than Arteta? No. So why is he able to be tactically flexible, where this manager, on 3 games, I'm telling you, is unable to be tactically flexible? You can say you don't have the players, yeah? And if you didn't have the players, then you shouldn't have said, oh, we're happy with the January transfer window, and you should be kicking up a storm when you're in the boardroom meetings with the owners of this club, Edu, Vinay, everyone. Don't come chat shit to us. You've seen managers like Simeone, managers like Mourinho come out and tell fans when they're not happy with transfer windows. If you really are not happy and you know that your career, your reputation, let's be real. If Arteta fails at Arsenal, it's his reputation, bro. It's not the Kroenke's reputation. It's his reputation. So he should have more incentive to be like, you man ain't gonna make me look like a dickhead. I've done miracles with the scraps you've gave me. I need players that can give me a different, that can play a different system. We've seen Ten Hag over there at Man United able to play a 4-2-3-1. We've got the players to play a 4-2-3-1 and play counter-attacking football. Why can't Arteta do it? With all the players that he has, even take away the fact that we didn't do business in January, you have the players to do that. You have the players to play different systems. So why don't you do that?
Yeah. No, that's
the manager. That is negligence of the manager. I'm not having Thomas Frank, be able to be flexible, and this manager that all the Arsenal fans are loading up like the next Pep. This guy can't even lay Pep shoelaces, bro. Pep is he's a thinker, bro, and he adapts. And yeah, he's got Haaland and he's still figuring it out, but he will figure it out. Do you remember when people were doubting Pep when they weren't playing with a striker, they're playing with a false 9, no traditional striker? People said, "Oh, you can't win the Premier League playing like that." When people said you can't win the Premier League when you first come in here playing tiki-taka football, and he proved you wrong. So at the end of the day, he is a tactician. I've not seen that level from Arteta. I've seen that now that he has certain players to play his system. It's all great. If you like Brandon says, you stop Odegaard, you stop Saka running, you stop Martinelli that's on a bad run, and all of a sudden there's no creativity. It's not good enough, bro.
None.
You know today. Do you know today? Northside, I swear down. Do you know when I seen the starting 11? I was vexed, bro. I thought, why are we doing this? And just when I was confident, and I really thought, when I seen that fucking sorry boys, excuse my French, boys. I don't want to swear.
Go for it, man.
Sorry, boys. When I seen that idiot, Charles Watts, come out and say, it looks like Arteta's going to change it, and he's going to drop Martin a few players, system and all. I thought, okay, I'm happy with that. And I went off that. And I thought, you know what? And I was speaking to Manny, we were in a group speaking and all that, and I was saying, I was speaking to Jez, and I said, we got to change it. And we said on Tony Clothes show the other day, 2 nights ago. And then when I seen the starting 11, bro, inside of me, do you know you have that feeling, like your gut feeling, boys, when you're like, yo, it's not going to be our day. That's what I felt, because I thought to myself, you keep playing the same 11, people will figure you out. Doesn't matter how good you are, they'll figure you out. So I said it the other day on Tony Clothes show, we've got the tools. It's not like we haven't. You could put Zinchenko in the middle, drop Xhaka, put Zinchenko there, or if you wanted to go, put Kieran Tierney there. Do you know what? If Saliba, if people don't want Saliba or want a thing, swap it around. Put Tommy Yasu in the left centre back. Give Gabriel a rest. We got the tools to do it all, but we don't. For some reason, we choose not to. You know, Tommy Yasu, that season.
Like, this game was not like Everton, where the players were second best. We dominated the second half, just like that goal and a little concentration on that goal. Why are we only turning up for 45 minutes? The game is 90 minutes. Why are we only turning up for 45 minutes?
Oh, we didn't even
name me a champion that only turned up for 45 minutes, bro. Name me a Premier League champion that turns up only for 45 minutes. That is a problem. You can't just turn up for 45 minutes, bro. You're not mentioning the first half, because you know the first half we were shit. So why are we turning up for 45 minutes? It's not good enough.
You know what?
Not when you're telling me that the January transfer window is 10 out of 10. Not when you're telling me that you're rating players like Fabio Vieira, Jorginho. Not when you're telling me that this manager is the next big thing in football in terms of coaches. It's not good enough, bro. He's had more than enough time.
You know what? He's gonna be. Do you know what? Like, do you know what? So, like someone was saying, I was saying to someone, like, you know, like. And I think Kez will agree with me on this. I think, you know what, if he's trying to do what Guardiola does and like overthink and try and play systems and try and overthink, but try and do the same 11, Guardiola haven't done that. You're not Guardiola to do that. Guardiola, if he wants to like drop someone and try something else and do something like that, Guardiola got the tools, he's experienced, he can do it. And the reason people are going on Haaland, the reason why Guardiola brought in Haaland is not for the Premier League, it's for the Champions League.
Well, that is maybe for it. But here's my issue. Here's my issue with all of this, like with Arteta and all of that. Like, yes, he does need to adapt. Yes, he does need to bring something different. Yes, he's not Guardiola. We don't have the players. We don't have the resources that Man City does. However, if you've got players like Tierney, if you've got players like Balogun out on loan, if you've got players like Maitland-Niles out on loan and shit, if there were many other options, especially in DM, or in that midfield that could do the job that Partey does, that can fill in that El Nene can't, even though obviously he's injured at the moment, why didn't we get those fucking options? And if you are upset or unhappy, which I believe Arteta is, I believe he is unhappy deep down with the January transfer window, even the summer window, he at least don't say that I'm happy with the window if you're not. Don't say that. Say anything else other than that, because then the problem is you're creating this kind of, well, everything's all right, just like the top toxic positive gooners and all that bollocks, because I'm sick to death of it. And Northside, you're spot on, mate. Like, we are getting found out, and if we don't have any alternative with how we play, the players that, you know, we've got, you know, that we're stuck with now, apart from the ones that I've mentioned that we can bring back on loan, then this season is basically going to be a write-off. And like Jorginho playing in Europa League, okay, cool. But in the latter stages, we're going to have our best team anyway, because I believe personally, I've said this from the jump, right? If Arteta don't win the Europa League, bare minimum, he has to go. And it's been an unsuccessful season. It's been a failure. It's been a failure. So at the end of the day, right? You know, you can say like, oh, like it's only a blip, it's only this, it's only that. You know, like we'll be all right till May or whatever. Well, it don't look like it. It don't fucking look like it. These players clearly can't handle the pressure. Clearly can't handle the pressure. So, like, it'll be very interesting to see like what Arteta does and what he says in the meantime before like Man City, because he has to come up with something. It has to come up with something quick, because if we don't, like that game we saw in the FA Cup when we damn near chucked it, mate, not on scoreline, but the performance showed that we kind of chucked it. Like we weren't really that fast. Oh, it's the FA Cup. We're the kings of the FA Cup. You know, it's not number one priority. Bigger fish to fry, yeah? What fish are we frying? No haddock, no cod, no mackerel, no tuna, none of that. None of that. So testing times, man, and these players are being tested now and they're not coming through it. And we're just seeing the signs. I'm just seeing the signs already. But they're not going to see it until the season's gone, most of these fuckers. And that's a problem, man. That's a problem.
That is a problem. And I felt like it's been so interesting that people like ourselves that are saying, you know, go for it. Even with a manager that we don't necessarily think is world class, we're saying back him, give him the players. We're in a great position. I want Arteta to prove me wrong. You know, I've always said it and I'll never shy away from it. I've not been convinced with this manager because over a season, he's not convinced me yet. And now all the cracks that we were saying before are now starting to show. And it's mad because everyone that supports this manager always like, oh, it's only one game. Oh, don't worry. Oh, no, don't worry. It's like, bro, if you really support this manager, if you believe in Arteta, regardless of what I say, if you believe in this guy, then you should be annoyed that he hasn't got the support that he needed. He needed a lot more support than what he's got. And a lot of people are just brushing it off like, it don't matter, next game. Nah, it's not right. Like, he's got us into a situation that is the level that I expect for Arsenal. But can we say the same for Edu or Vinay? I don't think they're doing that's needed. I don't think like they're not adding anything to what Arteta's got this team to. But at the same time, Arteta, you need to change it, bro. Yeah, you need to be more tactically aware because doing the same thing all the time, bro, teams are gonna suss you out. Teams have sussed out Man City. How many times has Pep changed that system? How many times has he changed the players? How many times he's bought? Look, he went from not having a striker to then bringing Haaland. Why? Because he knows he has to be flexible. Teams are always going to look to stifle him. They know what kind of football he has. And do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, what Arteta's trying to do with Arsenal is what teams have already seen from Man City. Yeah, we don't have the same profile. So you're already trying to implement a style of football in this league that other teams have already seen. They've seen it from Pep Guardiola with better players. So they already know how to stifle you. So you're going to have another plan B. We're not going to be able to be a possession-based team every game. Some games we're going to have to hit teams on the counter like they hit us on the counter. Some games you're going to have to do that. Sometimes you're going to have to play it long. There has to be a variety so we can overcome however the opposition manager sets themselves up. But I'm not seeing that from this manager. And is it wrong to say this? And this is the thing, yeah? Everything that we're saying, we're assessing the games that we drop points. Most Arsenal fans just look at the wins and say, yeah, we're top of the league, we're this, we're that. Nah, bro. If you're a good manager, you always assess where it goes wrong and you assess how can you do better. Not looking at, oh, this game we picked up points. Yeah, that's all great. But where are we dropping points? Where are managers getting the better out of you? Where are teams dominating us and beating us? Where is it what systems are stopping the little triangle, stopping Odegaard, creating from the middle, stopping Saka getting the space, stopping Martinelli getting into the game. You know what I mean? What are those games? And when you rectify that, then you have the answer for everyone in the league. But he doesn't because he's still doing the same thing. And I just, honestly, today it is 50-50. The players for me didn't give 110%. And, Val's Owen, I'm sorry, bro. I can't accept what you're saying. You saying that it's not on the players, it's half on the players and half on the manager. The players still have to give 10 out of 10. Saka wasn't amazing today, but he was the only one that looked a little bit dangerous in a system that was failing against Brentford, that was there to stifle us. So how can he give 110% and certain other players didn't? Martinelli shocking again. Odegaard, bro, this is why this guy is a bench player, bro. This guy is not a starter for the whole season. He's not. He's a bench player. He should be on rotation.
But then you got another number 10 who was sourcing today, in James Maddison. Oh, but he's at Leicester. How do you expect him to pull the same performances at Leicester as he would in our team? Well, hang on a minute. We just bought Trossard, had a little cameo against Man United, and was absolutely saucing. And I agree, the players do have to take responsibility, 100%. They have to be able to figure it out on their own in certain situations, because there's only so much Arteta or any other manager, coach can do. But the bigger issue that I have, like Northside, is that I knew after the January transfer window that the board have fucked him. I knew it. Edu, Vinay, Garlic, Tim fucking Lewis. Yeah, I don't know why he's at the football club, but whatever. Like we both know that the board is incompetent. We both know that the board are frauds. We both know that they're running this Ponzi ass bullshit scheme. And then the owners, Kroenke, don't have a clue about football. They're not the worst owners. I don't believe they're worse than FSG, but they're not a Sheikh Mansour. They're not what Abramovich was for Chelsea in the past. Nowhere near. We accept that. So then, as the manager, as the figurehead, as the vocal point where the camera is shining on you, you have to not only step up and perform, but you have to give the fans not just hope for hope's sake. You have to give the fans realism, because the problem is in this fan base, any kind of little blip that you're seeing now, brush under the carpet FC. That's literally what we've become. Brush under the carpet FC. Because if we go out to a better team in the Europa League, which is more than likely, what are they going to say now? And we don't win the league. What are they going to say now? But we get top 4. Oh, it's all good. It was the target anyway. Hello. No. I don't accept that shit. You don't accept that shit. At the end of the day, the aim of elite sport is to fucking win. Not to finish second, not to finish third, and damn sure not to finish fourth. Because I'm sick and tired of these bitches that are just running around, taking a paycheck, brown envelope, like Edu, by the way, and Vinay, that DFS sofa salesman and all that shit. Like, it's got to fucking stop. But most of the fans will not realise this, because they've had the mentality, the mindset dropped so low for so long, mainly because of Wenger and other things, that we're just basically happy with mediocrity. Are we Tottenham? We're not Tottenham, so why should we accept being fourth? Why should we accept being 5th, 8th and 8th before that? It's simple maths. And the math ain't mathing with this board. We know that. The manager has had questions about him, rightly so. He's overachieving now with what he's got, but I knew he was going to get found out, because, like you said, when teams drop back, 5 at the back, 6 at the back, Sean Dyche put everyone, the whole team, in the fucking box. And what did we do? We did nothing. We did no creativity, no other outlet, no fullbacks overlapping. The only one that overlaps is Ben White. And even then, like, his performances have been questionable, like, since the new year. And it's no coincidence that since Jorginho's come into the forefront, that we've not won a single game. Yeah, I don't believe in coincidences anyway, personally, but we've not won a single game since he's been here. So the omen ain't good. Things ain't looking good. I don't care if you want to be so positive to fit in the narrative. Fuck the narrative. I will say this loud and clear, live and direct and in full effect. Fuck the narrative. Say what you think. Say how you feel, especially about this football club. And then maybe, even with the shittest owners, which I don't believe we have, but we do have the shittest board. We have a Barnet, Boreham Wood level board. Then maybe they can either get their act together as best as they can, or they can't get their act together and they're out the fucking door, and then we get like a Mark Overmars or someone in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone at board level that can operate the club as an elite level football club like it should. Because at the moment, it's a mess, bro. It's a mess, and it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Watch, people. Just watch what happens in the next few months. Like how this season will unfold. Never mind. Wait till May. Wait for March. Wait for April. Even
This
this
is what
month
I'm
we're
saying.
struggling.
This is when Varro, you know, to be fair to you, big up to you, man. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not the king of all fans. I got a channel, and I'll listen to anyone. I'll put anyone's comments up. You're saying, but let's stop talking about we should have bring in this player and that player and go on and on. The window is closed, and we have to move on. The problem is we've had that. We've been like that for almost 20 years, and what has it got us? Arsenal fans are world class, like my boy Natster said, of brushing things under the carpet. And the more we do that, the more they take the piss. We need to apply pressure. We didn't apply pressure in January, and they got away with it once again. And this is why, big up to Yadinho saying, Varro, no, we're in this position due to no plan, vision, negligence. So we need to find out why people working for Arsenal are against the fans. Facts, bro. Like how many times do we have to give them second chances? And we'll go again in the summer. And no, yeah, we're smart business. Come on, bro. One game with our smart business and Jorginho and Onana against Everton, and we could see what was the better business to do. It was Onana. Do you get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, today, when we're only able to bring in Trossard that can affect the game, when we should have addressed a lot of positions. You know what I mean? Like we predicted, Xhaka dropping a stinker in the game, Odegaard dropping a stinker in the game. Who do we have to bring them on? And this has been the situation back since we won the league. This has been the situation. So it's hard for me to move on a problem that hasn't been rectified. If they start moving like a big team, I can stop talking about it. Because trust me, I'm sick and tired of even listening to myself repeating this shit. I want them to get it correct, but they're not. I'm sorry, I can't accept that, bro. Like at the end of the day, nah, bro. Big up Northside. I love your channel and the fact you keep it real. Big up, bro. Thank you very much. Are you concerned about the amount of goals we are conceding from set pieces? Today feels like an L. 100% it feels like an L because we're trying to go for the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? So every point counts. And like I said, everyone that don't listen to these Arsenal fans with their bullshit fan cams here that are saying, brush it under the carpets. One game we can recover. Because at the end of the season, when they do their season review, these are the games that they're going to say, well, we lost the title to 2 points. Well, these are the 2 points that we dropped today against Brentford. We lost the league to 5 points. The Brentford game, the Newcastle game. There's already 4 points that we dropped. The Man United game, we didn't get no points out of that. The first game that we had against them and they beat us. So don't listen to these man because these man move the narrative all the time. It's okay to complain about games that you drop points. At the end of the season, you don't win anything. But while the season's going and while you can apply pressure to these players, to the owner, to the manager, these men say, no, don't worry, relax. Okay, so end of the season, don't moan then. End of the season, I don't want to hear no complaints then. Because you're telling me I should be accepting this. Don't moan at the end of the season. And that's not the way I look at it, bro. Like, I want to get into this comment here. Go enjoy yourself. Supporting Arsenal is a stressful occupation. I'm telling you, it's mad. You know what I mean? It's already burning up. I already had 2 cigarettes. It's mad right now. Do you know what I'm saying? But
I'm chain smoking right now, man. I'm chain smoking. But I do this anyway. Like, don't worry about our lives. Don't worry about Northside life. Don't worry about my life. I know what I'm doing. I'll be all right. I'll manage. Tough times, inflation. Look, shit happens in life, innit? Isn't that the case? Life gets hard. But the problem is, when you're at a certain level and you have a little bit of a bump in the road, wasn't that what they said last year or the year before? Bumps in the road, yeah. That was the narrative, yeah. That was the versatility is the latest one, and then trust the process, youth projects, all of that goes out the window now because it's just like, we're in a title race, but if we don't win the league, it's all right. No, it ain't fucking all right. That's the number one objective. Win the league, win the Europa League, win it. Because let's be real, I'm sick and I don't know about you, bro, but I'm sick and tired of these Chelsea fans saying, you ain't done shit in Europe. Okay. Well, what about your own team, especially domestically, because you can talk about the Premier Leagues and all you want, yeah? Football started in 1888 in this country, not 1993 or 1992. Let's get that fucking right. The Champions League was, or the European Cup as it was known before that. People need to know their facts. But most football fans don't know shit. And I'm not the biggest football fan on the planet, far from it. But I know my shit. I know more about football and rugby than these fuckers today know about football. Facts. Periods. Like, no. Very few people can chat shit to me about what you should expect from this football club. And again, Lee has mentioned it before. Like, the country as a whole You know, grassroots level football, like the mentality, the standards are so low. But when you look at overseas, in your native land, well, you know, like because you're like from Portugal and that, you look at Spain, you look at Italy, even France to a degree, Germany. They don't. Their standards don't drop. They don't take the shit that we take. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not saying, oh well, we lost today. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. We'll win the next game. Let's just worry about the next game while they're in the title race. Real Madrid want Carlo Ancelotti out, a man who I wanted after Wenger. The white handkerchiefs are waving about. Do you know what I'm saying? They're waving about because they're behind Barcelona, their biggest rivals. But with this lot, we're just happy, or they're just happy rather, correction, that we finish above Tottenham, because we probably will finish above Tottenham, and that's all these fans fucking care about. Fuck Tottenham. Tottenham aren't our biggest rivals. They're our noisy neighbours. They always have been and they always will be. We know this. We know this. They're more concerned about when we're going to book Lady Gaga next, when we're going to book Beyonce next, when we're going to get Tiny Man, Zimmerman, whatever fucking man like is going to perform in that toilet bowl. That's what they're concerned about. This is Arsenal. In the Emirates, it should be about winning, because that's what they said, Peter Hill-Wood and all of that. We moved from Highbury to the Emirates to what? Win. Not to finish fourth, not to book all these extra events and all of that shit, not to sign fancy-ass players but do nothing at the end of the day. No, we moved from that stadium to win, and they've lied. The board have not changed that much. Really and truly, apart from the obvious, they've not changed that much, and that's the biggest thing that needs to change outside of the fans and the mentality of the fans. Because I'm sick to death of just like kind of saying, going over the same ground, saying the same shit over and over. Because let me put this analogy before I finish up. If you go into a store, right? If you go into a shop and you buy a bottle of water for £1, yeah, and you drink it, and then you're just like, hang on. And then it's just like, don't really like it that much. It's okay, but, you know, I don't think it's really worth it. But then you go next year, you buy the same bottle of water from the same company, from the same shop, but the price is £2 this time. And you buy that water. You drink it, and it's just like, yeah, a little bit better, but not really. Another year goes on, and then you go into the same shop, get the same water from the same brand, and it's £3. Now, whose fault is it? Is it the business owners, or is it the consumers, the customers, i.e. the fans? It's the fans' fault. The fans set the tone. The fans set the standards. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea should be our biggest rivals, not fucking Tottenham. They don't win shit. They don't do shit. Look at their fan base. You know, Eunice and all of them, man, they want for the most part, want Graham Potter out. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them, because they have a winning fucking mentality that most of our fans don't have, because we've had a manager for so long, especially in the latter stages of his career, lowering the standards year in, year out, lying to us about where was the money. War chest, 200 mil in the bank, yeah? Where's all of it gone? I'm convinced that we probably still have that money in reserve, but these fuckers want to use it for like dividends. I swear they want to use that shit for dividends. So, you know, the sheep will remain sheep. The real ones know what time it is. You know, like, the fans will wake up eventually, but only when it's too late. And it's the same old story, isn't it? It's the same old fucking story.
And on that bombshell, we're out.